Welcome to another video, the same every time, GCSE Maths, IGCSE Maths, looking at the questions that are, apart from the numbers, the same every time. Learn how to do them, get yourself into the marks, get yourself into the grades. We're still looking at laws of indices, simplify completely. In brackets, 16w to the power 8 divide by y to the power 20, the whole thing to the power negative 3 over 4. If you've been watching the previous videos, you'll know the first thing you should do here. If you have a fraction to a negative power, then the first thing to do is write the fraction the other way around, turn it over. So on the bottom of my fraction, 16w to the power 8, and then the power changes from negative to positive. So that's your first move. If you have a fraction to a negative power, in brackets, turn the fraction over and then change the power from negative to positive. It's exactly the same thing written in a different way. I'm not going to go into the reasons why it's exactly the same thing. Maybe that's for another time. Our focus on these questions really is to get the marks, get ourselves into the marks and get ourselves into the grades. So our answer is going to be a fraction, and at the top I've got y to the power 20 to the power 3 over 4. So at the top of my fraction I'm going to have y to the power something. And you remember the law of indices. If I've got the 1 in the brackets, I multiply the powers together. 20 times 3 over 4. Check that you can do that, would give me 15. So the top of my fraction, y to the power 15. Now at the bottom of my fraction I've got two parts. I've got a 16 and a w to the power 8. So in the bottom of my answer fraction I'm going to have two parts. A number and then w to the power something. Well, the number has to be the 16 to the power 3 over 4. So on your calculator, try it. This is 16 to the power 3 over 4. So 16, x to the power, fraction button, 16 to the power 3 over 4. Check that you get the same answer as me. I've got 8. So 16 to the power 3 over 4 is 8. When it's the numbers, we're not multiplying together, it's an actual power. So 16 to the power 3 over 4, that gives you 8. Check that you can do that on your calculator using the power button, the x to the power, and the fraction button. Now the other part of the bottom of our fraction is going to be w to the power something, and because now we're working with powers and it's the 1 in the brackets, we multiply the powers. 8 times 3 over 4, well, that gives me 6. So it's w to the power 6. That's the end of the question. That's the final answer. So y to the power 15 at the top of our fraction over 8 w to the power 6, which stays at the bottom of our fraction. Notice everything remains in the same place in the fraction. The y is at the top, the number is at the bottom, and the w is at the bottom as well. The common mistake with this question is forgetting to do 16 to the power 3 over 4. And don't forget what I said at the beginning, that if you have brackets to a negative power, your first move is to turn the fraction over in your brackets and change the negative power to the equivalent positive. Same every time. Get yourself the marks, learn how to do it, get yourself into the grades. If that video was useful to you, then please press the like button. Please also press the subscribe button. That's useful to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next video.